So, episode 4 of Kono Naka ni Hitori, whatever, My Sister is Among Them, the anime, etc. So, yeah, in this episode, the Shugo guy wakes up and he's pretty much, I guess, getting up for the morning or whatever. And he wakes up surprised to find this Ikuzu girl pretty much hanging out naked in his room, like, oh, hey, you're awake. What's up? But whatever. So then later, gets some clothes on. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. I should probably wear clothes. But again, it's a harem, so there's going to be a lot of random scenes like that and convenient censorship. But yeah, so eventually they start talking like, oh, what are we going to do about your sister? What are we going to do about these plans? How are we going to solve this stuff? So she comes to the brilliant conclusion of, hey, how about you just hook up with me? Like, we'll get married. We'll have tons of kids. It'll be fantastic. We'll live a good life, all that jazz. And he's like, whoa, wait, what? Like, I barely know you right now. And she's like, you know what? Come on, it's all good. It's easy. I'll just hug you and we'll have kids. We'll just keep hugging until we have, like, a baby. And he's like, oh, hold up. What? So then we have to educate the little innocent girl about how babies and pregnancy works. And she's like, oh, shit, this is a lot more work than I thought. We better get started then. So he's like, whoa, hold up. That's not exactly what I planned. So she's like, oh no, we have to start practicing. And Shugo's like, hold up, but come on, silly Shugo. The rape train doesn't have brakes. So she's going to keep going. So eventually, these other girls, Miyabi and Kanoe or whatever, show up in their just fucking break into his house, I guess. He doesn't lock his door. And they're just like, yo, hey, like, it's morning. Come on, let's go. And they catch these little two guys, and they still think this dude's a guy. So it's like, oh, shit, what are these two guys doing? And they're like, oh, no, no, no. It's all good. We're practicing how to make babies. And they're just really confused and kind of shocked. Except Miyabi, because she's like, I guess, turned on by the idea of two guys hooking up, which is kind of weird, but whatever. So then, the next morning, or well, I guess that night, he gets a phone call again from his sister, pretty much telling him like, I was near you again. So he's concluding that like it's either Miyabi or Kanoe or whatever. So that night he has dreams about all the girls, and for some reason he has a dream about his teacher or whatever. So I guess that's a normal thing, hot for teacher or whatever, even though she's a lolly, so it's kind of creepy. So then he wakes up like, oh shit, it was just a dream. And then we have Kanoe fucking staring down at him, stalking his ass, like prepared for rape or some shit. Again, not the best way to wake up in the morning, but who the fuck knows. So then Miyabi shows up and she's like, oh hey, like you sleep a lot, what the hell? So they hang out and he's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And they're just like, oh, well, we want to bring you back to our side because apparently you like men and we want you to know the wonders of women. So, yeah. So later they're at school and it's lunchtime. The teacher's like, come on, take a nap, have lunch, and you could have a sexy little lolly body like me, I guess. But whatever. So the other girls are like, oh, hey, have lunch with us. And then they feed him this weird stuff. Like, I really don't know. Like, why would you cook a turtle? Because personally, I love turtles. They're cute. But still, it's like, why would you eat that? Why would you feed him that? That's so fucked up. But apparently, it's good for turning you on or getting a woody or whatever. I don't really know. An aphrodisiac or whatever. And they give him this other food stuff that has entertaining name titles or whatever. So later, I guess time sped up and he's at home in bed with both of them, Miyabi to his left and Kanoe to his right. And they're like, oh, hey, we want to teach you the amazingness of women. And they're all close to him. And he's like, fuck, like, I can't do shit with them because one of them could be my mysterious sister. One of them could be her. So then what do? They're like, oh, shit, it's hot. Let's take off our tops. Yeah, that's a great idea. So now they're hanging out with him, teasing his ass. And it's like, fuck, like, I feel bad for this guy because he's just chilling there and he's just coming to the conclusion like, dear God, please let my sister call. Please call me right now. Then we could get this fucking train going. But nah, the call never comes. Poor soul, poor fool. But whatever. So the next day he goes to school and these bitches are just on him, hunting his ass down. So he eventually hides in a room and I guess it's the student council room. So he meets them. So he pretty much tells them, like, these two girls are after me, you know them, and what should I do? Like, can you guys help me out? And they're just like, why don't you just date one of them? That's it. Like, simple enough. That answers the question. But whatever. He's like, oh shit, because he doesn't tell them like, oh, one of them could be my sister. Um, so later he goes with Miyabi, and they go to check out some swimsuits or whatever, and he's figures out like, oh shit, she's in the swim club or whatever, so that makes sense. Then they leave, and I guess it's raining because fuck it, it rains in anime or weather or whatever. And then that mysterious truck shows up again, and he's coming back for business. He's gonna splash some water on your asses and just soaks them. So then they go back to Miyabi's house, and she hands him a towel, and she's pretty much like, yo, you better take a bath before you get a cold. And he manages to pull off this little, like, hey, don't wear my underwear, and doesn't get his ass beat. She just freaks out and leaves. So he decides, alright, I'm gonna take a bath or whatever, and he finds the toy, and he's like, wait, why the fuck does she have this toy? Like, that's such an old toy. They wouldn't make that anymore. Why would she have like this merchandise that is a shampoo thing? Like, that's retarded. You would have thrown that away back in the day. So he concludes like, oh shit, Miyabi's my sister. So then pretty much Miyabi shows up, and she's like, oh hey, I put on the bathing suit because you were staring at it so long, so I thought like you'd like to see how it fit. So then he asks her like, Miyabi, who do you want to marry? And she fucking freezes up. She's like, oh shit. And he's like, come on, I need a serious answer. So she's like, come on, like, is that really even a question? It's you, bro. I want to marry you. And he's like, oh shit. And he tells her like, it's all cool and solid, like, thanks, but we can never hook up. And he's pretty much just like, because you're my sister. And she's like, GTFO. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, that was kind of fucked up. I would have just been like, actually, I don't know what the fuck I would have been. That just the fact that it's like, oh, hey, your sister or whatever. That's creepy as fuck. But still, that's a little straightforward. Based off a toy, like, oh, you have some really old merchandise. Obviously, you're my sister. Obviously, that's the reason you've been following me and trying to hook up with me. Like, shit doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. So, yeah, that's that episode, and we'll see how it continues in the next episode, I guess. Right now, I guess my best bet would have been that the girl he meets, or I think the freaking, Ikuzu or Mr. X or whatever, I'm pretty sure that's his sister. But they push towards a lot of things, because they show the black hair kanoi chick with, like, the phone or some shit. And now Miyabi has this toy thing, which is kind of weird. But whatever. As far as the ditzy brunette and the tsundere blonde girl and shit, don't really think they are. And I don't think the white hair chick is, just because, well, she's fucking weird. So yeah. If you like the video, again, like. If you want more, subscribe. And yeah, if there's anything that you want to say, then comment. Thanks for watching. Later.